Hi everybody, my name is Sade Bradford. I am 22 years old and I spent about 7 years in the Michigan foster care system. Thanksgiving is a holiday that just recently passed, and I began to think to myself, what is it about the holiday that is so sad for young people in foster care across the country? And so, of course, to state the obvious, it goes into a whole notion of family. What is family? Am I with my family? Am I not with my family? And so Thanksgiving for me is one of those holidays that, of course, I tend to spend by myself, at least over the past couple of years. Or, maybe I'll go visit a friend or a colleague or something like that. But, I mean, what ends up happening is that, I kind of feel even worse by being in the midst of someone else's family. And so that's a feeling that's all too familiar. And so I think that in American society, we've kind of bought into this idea that the family that you're born into is the family that's your family. But as young people in foster care, we know that that idea kind of gets a little bit conflicted and convoluted because family tends to take on more of a stronger meaning to us. And so I just began to ponder about the people in my life whom I consider family. And so throughout working, volunteering, my biological family, my foster family, just by being in college, being in high school, and so on and so forth, and making friends, I've kind of found out, and even going to church, let me not forget that, but I've kind of realized that my family is huge. The people whom I'm consider, my relatives, my sisters, my brothers, my uncles, my aunts, my mother and my father, it's so huge. And so I think as young people in foster care, I think that we need to kind of back off of the idea that you are stuck with the family that you are born into and kind of start embracing the notion that we are able to form our own families. And so, case in point, I have a biological mother and I have a foster mother. And so most of the time, unless I'm talking to people who don't necessarily know that I grew up in foster care, I don't make a distinction between my foster mom and my biological mom. In my eyes, I have two mothers. And that certainly is a blessing. And so as young people in foster care, what my hope is that we can just kind of get past the idea of what society teaches us about family and just begin to build our own uh, units of what family is. And to be honest, that's difficult because our familiar, our familiarity, I guess I can say, with what a family is the family that we were born into. So our reference point for what family is may be delinquent, it may be despondent, it may be broken, and just coming from a background where you have so many different negative images of what a family is, a lot of young people in foster care tend to rebel against family and the concepts of family and the idea of creating a strong and a healthy family unit for themselves. And so I struggle with this for many, many years. I've had like fantastic friends, amazing teachers. My pastors over the years have been like literally just wonderful. And so, so many positive people in my life have come in and come out, in addition to my biological family, in addition to my foster family, and just all the friends that I've made. And I struggled so long to construct what my idea of a family is because that's not the typical image again that we get of what a family should be. It's not promoted that we should create our own families highly in American society. And so I struggle with that. And because my only reference point for a family was a broken image of a family, it took me so long to start building those blocks and building those relationships to the point where I can call my best friends not only my best friends, but I can call them family and I can treat them like family and I can allow them to treat me like family. And so it's a process that is extremely difficult for young people in foster care, but my earnest desire and my hope for all young people in foster care who are struggling with creating families, I just want to say to be open to the possibility of love. And so your family may not necessarily be a combination of your bio family, your foster family, your friends. It could be your caseworker or your social worker, or it could be like your hockey coach or whoever you deem close to who's able to come in and fill in the gaps and love you and care about you and support you and encourage you. Like those are the people who make up family, because that's what a family does. And so it's hard. It's a struggle. And trust me, over the past 7 years of my life, particularly from my foster care experience, but 11 years since I've been since I've gone through the foster care experience, I've still had to struggle. But now I know that I have family in my life who just love and care for me so much. And the family that I have, I shouldn't even air quote it, but the family that I have, they're true. They're real, and they're my family. And so any young person in foster care that's struggling with the concept of family, the reality of not having the mom and the dad and the dog and the two brothers and sisters, or whatever it could be in terms of how society depicts what a family should be, I would say erase those images. Erase that out of your mind, because foster care obviously is a very unique circumstance where family doesn't necessarily play out the way it would in the movies. But I would just encourage you to construct your own ideas of family. Look around you. Look at the people who are surrounding you. Look at the people that you have in your life. And those are the building blocks where you can start from. The positive people, the influential people, the people who are invested in your well-being. Those are the people that you can look at and use them to serve as your own building blocks in terms of constructing your own family. It's not easy. It takes a lot of willpower to get over the ideas of a broken home. It does, trust me. I certainly am a witness to that fact, but I guarantee you that once you begin to work through your issues and resolve the issues that you have about your broken family, that you'll really be able to start constructing your own family and just have a fantastic life, because you know that you're loved and you're supported. And as young people in foster care, I mean, can I be honest and say that's all we want when it comes to family? Certainly that's what I want when it comes to family, and I'm certain that there's so many other young people in foster care who are watching right now, some who even aren't watching, over 513,000 people in care who want a family to love and support them. And so I encourage you, I admonish you, look at the people around you and begin to construct your own families, build your own families up, and because those are going to be the people who love and support you the most. Again, my name is Shadi Bradford. It's always a pleasure making any type of contact with young people in foster care and beyond, people who aren't in foster care. Fantastic, and I just really hope that you make that step to creating your own family. Thank you.